Hi, welcome to another Power Blast podcast. So you did it. You made a decision to get in shape, but how do you keep that energy alive and stay excited and motivated and into action when you're unmotivated and you'd rather just take another rest day or just be lazy on the couch? Well, in this episode, I'm going to share with you how to create a fitness mindset. Stay tuned. Hey there, my friend. Perry Tinsley here, creator of the Power Blast podcast, the power of possibility, passion, and purpose. And you did it. You made that decision to get into shape. You set your goals. You feel the rush. You're like, this is my moment. And maybe it's the excitement of rushing to join a gym and sign up for a new challenge or buy some new fitness clothes or some new shoes. Maybe it's buying some fitness equipment that you can have at home and setting up a home gym. You probably told everybody about your plans and you're just super pumped. You know this time you are going to stick with it. And if you just stay focused, hopefully your results will be off the charts amazing, right? So the journey can be a long one. And I'm just gonna tell you that. We've seen a lot of before and after transformations in a very short amount of time. And I've experienced some of those myself where I'm just kind of blown away when I follow a certain plan, how short the duration can be to get some pretty amazing results. But following that plan sometimes can really have its obstacles and really test you out. Not in the fact that it's impossible to do, but you want to definitely have a plan and stick with it so that whatever your goal is that you're wanting to reach doesn't just become this wish that you would do it this time. And so it's going to require you to build some consistent habits and be disciplined even when you just don't feel like it. And so I think when you find a program or a plan or you've gotten a trainer or whatever and you actually do show up, you're going to see some pretty remarkable results, especially if you continue and add the component of good nutrition. And but I'm going to tell you, there's this mindset component that not a lot of people talk about. And while it's great to feel motivated, especially, at the beginning of the year where people are like driven and they've set their goals for the year. By next year, I'm going to achieve this. Motivation can sometimes fade. And you're going to need to really step up and into action and do it anyway. Because what ends up happening is a lot of people wait for the motivation to happen so they can get up and get going. And it doesn't work that way. It's the activity, it's the action, it's the push that once you get going, that's when the motivation can kick in. And there'll be days when motivation never hits. And so that's a missed opportunity if you're just letting the day pass by and not getting anything in there. And that happens to all of us, And so these are going to be some things. I just want to be upfront with you. These are some things that you are going to face, especially if you find yourself in that yo-yo roller coaster, on again, off again sort of fitness nutrition plan, or if you're even just beginning. Because when you get on your journey, and you got to look at this as a journey. I know a lot of people will say that, and for many people, we're short-term sighted. We're thinking we want to get in shape for a wedding or for a reunion or just for summer or something like that. But you got to really realize that you do want this for the long haul, and you're going to learn some great things along the way. But you've got to recognize that there's going to be obstacles. It's kind of like if you're going to take a road trip across the country, and you're driving. You've got to anticipate there's probably going to be some construction or detours or things. Maybe roads aren't as good. Some things that are going to be some bumps in the road and issues that you're going to have to deal with. But you still want to reach your destination and persevere and keep going forward. You aren't going to say, oh, gosh, there's road construction here. We'll skip this year's vacation. We're going back home. The big one here, this mindset thing, is self-doubt. That happens to all of us, and you're going to have the self-doubt, especially as you're trying to stay on track with your food choices. There's going to be times when you fail, you cave into temptations, you cave into some cravings, whatever, and you start to beat yourself up. And there's going to be these moments where you feel like you're going forward and all of a sudden you've self-sabotaged yourself and you've done it once again. Or you've got this negative self-talk in your head, like I messed up, or I didn't show up this week, or I didn't work out hard enough. I kind of just winged it. Or you just start comparing yourself to somebody else who's been at it for years, yet you're comparing your chapter 1 to somebody's chapter 20, and that gets in your head. Well, knowing that up front, knowing that you're going to face those things up front, equips you when you have that self-talk or that self-doubt and that negative self-talk creep in, because then you can develop a plan. You can develop some strategies around it for when that happens, because it will happen, and you're going to get off track. I've faced it so many times, and it's those moments that I recognize, you know what? The answer is just to get back at it, to get back to it. That's the best defense I have against this negative self-talk that's not real, but it's not real if I allow it to be, it's not the story that I want to write for myself, So it's giving yourself a bit of grace and then keep moving towards those goals and never giving up and never giving in, and just realizing that was a bump in the road. No big deal. That was a detour. No big deal. I'm going to keep going, and fuel yourself with some positive self-talk using, they can even be just short phrases like, I can do this. I'm good enough. You've got this. I'm not going to fail. I'm never going to quit. Keep going no matter what. That was my big deal. It was like, no matter what, just do it. Just show up. And while sometimes those things don't mean a lot when you're feeling down and you're beating yourself up, they are powerful and they're necessary. And those things are the positive things you need to say in between those times when there isn't the self-doubt or the self-talk. You keep pumping motivational stuff into your head. And I think that's where a lot of times people that let their guard down, they are looking for the life raft. Where is that located when the emergency is happening, instead of being prepared just in case, right? So being aware of your self-doubts first can help you start to conquer them once they appear, and they're going to appear. Now, self-doubt can also be fueled not just by your inner self-dialogue, but you might face naysayers or people who are doubters. You've done this before. You've failed at that 100 times. Why is this one going to work? That's the time you've got to stop the inner chatter, because the inner self-talk starts to say, yeah, they're right. But you've got to keep pushing forward. You've got to be out to prove something. It doesn't have to be, I'm going to prove to that person, although you might think that. You got to prove it to yourself mostly. Yes, you can. You can do hard things. I love this exercise I recently did with a group of about 135 people. And in that group, we created, as part of this free workshop. Now, I'll tell you about this free workshop that's coming up. But as part of this free workshop, we created 3 lists. We created a blessings list, things you're grateful for and blessed, things in your life that are just blessings, a life milestone list, and an overcome list. And those lists gave each person, it would give you proof that there's so much in life to be grateful for, and that you've achieved some really great things over time, and that you persevered, and you've overcome some really hard things. You can do hard things. And so continuing to move forward and dealing with the doubters and the naysayers and the self-doubt, it can be really super empowering when you push through them. And you've got proof. When you create 3 lists like that, you have proof in your life that you've done it before. It's just that it's not always available to you right when the emergency is happening, or you're feeling really, really low, and motivation's low, and you just don't want to do anything. So proving to yourself that you can do anything you set your mind to. I love to have people write those down, because then they can go back and reflect them, as opposed to just thinking about them, because they sometimes just disappear out of our heads when we're really feeling down and out. So, and that's the mind-body connection. When you're seeing those things and you start overcoming the self-doubt, your posture is different. The feelings inside, the cells, the molecules, they react different in your head between your mind and your body, and that's powerful stuff. So as you're going there, think about as you're overcoming this self-doubt. Think about all the areas in your life that can apply to, not just fitness. Maybe it's work, relationships, home, business, school, any of those things. Exercise and fitness. I mean, not a lot of times people are realizing this. They're usually wanting to go for, hey, I want the ripped abs, or I want I want to be able to fit great in my clothing or look great as I walk past the mirror. But these other things that happen, exercise provides you focus, energy, endurance, brain power, and it helps you push forward to accomplish many of your life's dreams. As you grow, your life is going to change, and you begin to feel different. You begin to think different. You begin to make choices differently, and many things become second nature. I know sometimes they're abstract at the beginning. All you want to do is lose the gut, or lose the weight, or just be able to feel more energy and more alive, and not have to walk up a flight of stairs with and being winded. It seems abstract and really impossible at first, or it's even really challenging when you were once in shape and you got really out of shape, and you just know how far things have gotten off course, and sometimes that can be super deflating. But you've got proof. You've been there. You not only become driven to meet your goal, but you start, as you start to grow and you start to develop and you start to reach the new goal that you've gotten, or reach your goal that you've been setting, you start to strategize new goals, which is pretty cool. Newer goals that you'd never even considered. It could be, an event like a 5K, a 10K, a marathon, or one of those mud runs or warrior dashes. Sometimes people are, they would never consider that at the beginning, but all of a sudden, because their life has changed and their habits have changed, more possibilities and opportunities open up. Perhaps it's leading to a new career, or a career advancement, or other opportunities. Maybe it's helping out a family member, or even inspiring others to get fit. That's what happened to me. I was overwhelmed, out of shape, overworked teacher. And I saw myself on video one day. I'm like, man. And there's a guy out back. He's building our fence. He's building a wooden fence for us. And he's not much younger than me. Dude is totally ripped, totally chiseled, in shape. I sat there eating my pizza, drinking my Mountain Dew, working on my computer over the summer. Well, this guy hustled outside, building us a fence, looking lean and in shape. And I'm like, I need to do that. Do I need to learn how to build fences? No. So I'm researching crazy, wild ways how I might be able to have surgical procedures done to get instant results. And then I realized, you know what? I just got to take responsibility and just do this and just show up. Now, it took me almost another year before I got myself into gear. But once I did, and once I got into shape, other opportunities opened up. I advanced my career. Another opportunity came along. I was able to inspire people. I'm able to help others now. And now I have a career in health and fitness, which I would have never guessed at that time. A former 2-pack-a-day smoker is now helping people with their health and fitness. Are you kidding me? But that's what happened. I got fit. I inspired others. I helped family. That led to new opportunities and a new career. And I still get to help people. I still get to teach. It's just on a different way. So you now see yourself as fit. You see yourself as a person who exercises. You see yourself as somebody who eats, for the most part, healthy. You're ready to serve. You might even become an entrepreneur, or advance your career, or graduate from college, or a master's degree, or a doctorate. Your world has changed. So keep building on that success. Don't stop. You are not who you were many, many months ago. That journey continues. Your goal that you set forth at the beginning is not your destination. That's just a place that's going to help you get to new places. It's going to lead you to another door, or it's going to lead you to the next chapter. That's where that begins. And then you're thinking, what's next? What is the next goal? What is the next challenge for you? You become filled with new confidence, and you're ready to move forward. So keep moving. Rely on your no matter what automatic habits and discipline, especially when motivation has faded. You got to work on the mindset stuff first. You got to do that. Reaching your fitness, health, career, relationships, and life goals, it's a mind game. You got to be vigilant with your mind. What are you feeding into your mind? Use positive self-talk. Read uplifting, positive, empowering books. Use affirmations. Use visualization. Even journal. Think about the blessings, your overcome list, your life milestones. Those are some powerful, powerful tools to put yourself forward and put yourself first. Now, if you want to strengthen your motivation and your fitness confidence and truly develop that mindset, your skills, then please sign up for my free 5-day workshop. I've got one coming up. This is going to help you blast through the barriers and the limiting beliefs when it comes to exercise, and you can apply it to other areas of your life. Head over to upsidedownfit.com and you can register for the next one. And here's another tool that you can do to boost your mindset and stay consistent with your exercise. It's to grab my free Success Habits Master List. It's packed with routines, rituals, tips, and strategies to help you move from feeling chaotic and overwhelmed and out of time in your day to where you can't fit in exercise to where you're feeling grateful, healthy, happy, focused, fulfilled. Absolutely free. You can find that at morningsuccesshabits.com. Let me repeat that again, morningsuccesshabits.com. That's all I have for this week. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope this was valuable to you. I hope you pay it forward and share this episode. And if you can get over into your podcast app and leave an honest rating or review, that'll help people find this episode or find this podcast and actually be able to get value from it. And if you hop over onto YouTube, if you're a visual person, we do a video recording of this. Pop it over on YouTube. It's youtube.com/PTinsley, my first initial, Tinsley, or just search for Perry Tinsley. You'll find that podcast. And you know what? I think you're going to get a lot of value out of that. You absolutely rock, my friend. And as always, remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.